Wells Fargo is about to be set free. That's right. Wells Fargo could soon be rid of its $1.95 trillion asset cap that's limited the bank's growth for the past few years. You know, the bank has had 14 consent orders by different regulators that have limited their growth. And we may or may not remember, but you know, for those people that have been in the business for a few years, you can remember Wells Fargo used to be the big dog. Their top year, 2020, they did $225 billion. They were number one by far. They dominated the market. They could own corners in the market they wanted to own. They really were, number one market share in builder, huge market share in jumbo, really a big factor. And then came all these, regulatories that were punishing them for some bad behavior, well-deserved punishment, and they've been kind of digging out for 5 years. And now Charlie Scharf, the CEO of Wells Fargo, is licking his chops to get back into mortgages. And so I'm giving you information from a recent Inman article. The article was written by Matt Carter. It published just a couple days ago. And in the article, it goes to explain that regulators have removed 12 of the 14 consent orders, and analysts believe that they'll most likely be relieved of the final 2 consent orders by the end of this quarter. And they'll be free to just go ahead and lend. In the article, they quote the CEO several times, and he continually says that they're eager to. It doesn't quite say it as aggressively this, but they're eager to make more loans and take more deposits. That they're really eager to get. That they think that they're way under market share right now, and they're missing the opportunity for revenue by not being able to increase their lending. And so they really are eager to get back into it. The thing too, and when I say they used to be the big dog, if you think they did, I think they funded just $20 billion last year. That's 1/10 of what they funded 5 years ago. Just 1/10. Is that crazy? And here's the interesting thing. But here's something interesting. They're not trying to do loans right now. All they're trying to do is, they reduced their footprint. They got out of correspondent, and they're only wanting to serve their retail bank customers and minorities. Those are the only 2 constituencies they wanted to serve. And even so, you know what? Their loan originations were up 26% last quarter. They were up 26% last quarter. They did $4.4 billion in Q1. But you know what's else interesting? They did that with 47% fewer employees, mortgage employees, than previous years. So they have fewer people doing more business, and now they're about to be set free. And we got to pay attention to that, because when they want, when banks want to compete, they can steal our lunch unless we are really, really savvy. And so stay close to your referral partners, stay close to your borrowers, keep building that fence around your borrowers. This is just one of those changes that's coming. They're just another Goliath in this giant battle that we're all fighting over loans. We have the big global platforms, the super apps with Zillow and Rocket. We have the super servicers with Mr. Cooper, New Res, Freedom. We have, of course, for my friends that are brokers, we have that highly competitive, growing wholesale base, possibly cresting 30% market share. And now we have banks eager to get back into business. Not only Wells Fargo, but all banks are looking at it as they're being relieved of regulatory burdens. And as they hope as interest rates improve, profitability will improve, and they're going to be in that space. And they already have deep relationships with our customers. So just make sure we're doing what we have to do, control what we can control. We're giving great service. We're putting a fence around our customers. We're serving our referral partners. We'll be okay. We've competed against banks before. They're tough competitors, but we can win. I did a LinkedIn post on this morning. Check out my LinkedIn if you get a chance. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. I appreciate you being here. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks so much.